Okay. Alright. Just gonna set up. But, anyway, for those of you wondering, hey guys, Juju22 here, and I am doing a late night edition of the show, in large part because I had to take care of other stuff when I honestly had plans to do it much earlier today. But, it is what it is. Alright. So, just gonna take a moment to share the stream, and we'll be set. But anyway, hello to the two people that are watching this. How are you guys doing today? Hey! Oh, there you go. There you are. So we have Melissa, Tony Montana, and Omar Wolf. Great to see you guys. Let me share the stream with on Twitter, and we will get set. But it's great to see you guys. I'm happy to see you guys, and also, Melissa, I'm so happy that I got to feature you on the show today, or on the last show I meant. Excuse me. And Omar Wolf, it's a pleasure to have you, and Tony Montana, who missed most of the show, but nonetheless, though, I'm happy to have you guys here. I'm just gonna share with what is it? Oh. But anyway, forgive me for the subtle thing. I was just about to say, forgive me for not saying very much. I'm just typing it out. There we go. Okay. There we go. I think we are ready to go. Alright, cool. Okay, so without further ado, let us get started with our show. And oh, well, thank you so much, Omar. Well, if you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that. All right, well, let's get our show started without any further ado. And of course, like always, we'll have bonus matches towards the end of the card, which I don't think will take very long. As we go back to the days of Memphis Wrestling, anyone who is familiar with Memphis back in the day knows it was very big in the 70s, as well as the 80s as well. So that's why you see a disco ball. But other than that, I'm happy that you guys are here, and I know most everybody else is watching other shows, but I wanted to get this done because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it later on. But I hope you enjoyed the disco ball. But we are here. 1, 2, 3, win. Exactly. Anyway, we go back to, more or less, we go back to 1978 in Memphis. Now, of course, like I mentioned before, anyone who is watching this, most especially on the replay, will know that Memphis was a hotbed for wrestling, and tonight will be no different. All right, well, let's get started with the first thing we're going to have, and that is a promotional interview, and it will feature this man right here. Handsome Rick Race and Broken JT Price. How are you doing tonight, brother JT Price? But there you have my good friend, the National Wrestling Federation's character, Rick Race. And I understand he has something to say, and it concerns, his place here. I'm not sure what it is, but he hasn't said much after that. Well, I'm happy that you're doing pretty well, Broken JT Price. I appreciate that. But let's see. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Oh, right. I guess while this is loading, I may as well mention a few things. Like, well, I understand that my sister is going to be graduating pretty soon, and I'm very proud of her. I mean, of course, I am her older brother, but what else can I say? Good thing I don't have school tomorrow. Well, in that case, I'm happy that I did this show then. I thought most people would be asleep by now. But anyway, here is the National Wrestling Federation's character. Well, on YouTube, that's what he's known as. But his character is Rick Race. And there you see him climbing up the wooden stairs. And of course, there's not much in the way of fancy stuff. Because back then, it was the 1970s. You didn't have a lot of, designs and colorful stuff here. Basic logic says 4 hands are more effective than 2 hands. Right now in this ring, there's only 2 hands, but I think I need to make it 4. Harley Race, I know you're back there. Oh, wait a minute. He's asking Harley Race to come out here, and I understand that Harley is the brother of Rick, and for the most part, Harley has performed as a solo competitor, but I can only wonder what the deal is. What is this about? I'm a little curious, a little concerned, a little unsure if I should be pissed. Be very careful, man. I don't like playing games. What's up? When I look at you, I see someone with the same fire and passion that I have for this business. We both want to make history, and I say we do it together. I say we become the greatest tag team in the entire history of this industry. I see. You're a visionary, I give you that. You could also be a madman, because you and me are 2 explosive personalities, and putting us together, we just might go off and burn this place down. And Chris Clark, the man of the hour, that's the guy I was hoping to do the show for. You won't regret this. You know how I know that? Because the look in your eye, the desire in your heart, and the will in your veins. It's been inside of me ever since, as long as I can remember. And yeah, thank you for welcoming Chris and Melissa. I appreciate that. There are very few moments in history that are as memorable as what's happening in here. Tonight, they will witness the birth of an unprecedented alliance. And so on and so forth. I could go on, but I think we get the point here. No, but I'll tell you what, Chris. Since Tyler doesn't have an extra copy that I can download, I'll have to make you from scratch, and that will have to happen after the Universe show. So that's what we'll have to do. And we're just starting out, so I'll have to make you from scratch then, because I don't know what you look like. Because, I mean, when I did Melissa, or made the character of Melissa, I had a rough idea just because, it's simply a young lady dressed up as Mario. But we'll have to work on your character. But we'll have to get through all these other We're going to get through this show before then. So let's get started. And up next is to crown a new television champion. And this happened after the last Super Show when Bob Ross, he put it up on the line against Bruno Sammartino when he lost. And hey, Zazzy, how are you doing? Or Nicole Stewart as the person that... I'll just call you Zazzy. So anyway, welcome, Zazzy. You're just in time. As I was about to say, this is for the now vacant television champion of the NWA, and those are the names of the people that are going to be in it. So here we go. Let's get started. And of course, most of you guys know the rules. I don't have to go through the rules here, but we start off with 2, and the others will enter as according to the number they drew. I'm doing, and that is okay either way. What's up, man? Well, I'm just happy to have you on the show. I knew that you were somewhat interested. I just didn't realize you were that interested, but you know what? I appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure Rick XTN, the guy that we met through, appreciated it as well. Yeah, because I was on Rick XTN's stream yesterday, playing some Jackbox on Twitch. Very cool guy is Rick XTN. Yeah. I know on the show with Insane One, it below the belt, but I really didn't have a problem with the Insane One. It was just a joke. Oh, yeah, no, I knew it was not so much a joke, but it was just being part of character. Well, anyway, our first entrant is Ivan Koloff in this Rumble match. And for him to go to not only get past who he has to start the match with, it's time. Yeah, let's get ready to rumble. Thank you so much, Melissa. You are so full of energy, and I appreciate that. But there you have it. You have Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear. I mean, he did pretty well in the Royal Rumble that we had on the last show. But for him to start out as number 1, it's going to be a tall task. Well, not to worry. You'll find out how it's going to go pretty soon. But so we have number 1 in the ring, and who's going to be contestant number 2? Thank you, Omar. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, wonderful indeed. Well, here is contestant number 2. Michael P.S. Hayes, 1/3 of the Fabulous Freebirds, and he could not have drawn a very bad number, especially when he has to start out the match, but it can be done. I've seen it done before, and this match is out of 10 people. I should mention that little part there. But for the moment there, yeah, PS is just shaking his thing. Shaking what his mama gave him. So these two men are the first 2 contestants in a match where strength and toughness is king and lady luck is queen. Here we go. So we start out with these 2 men. Shake that jug. And a back suplex onto the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. I mean, of course, these two are no strangers to each other, and already number 3 is coming out to the ring. Who will it be? Well, we saw him in the last segment teaming up with Rick Race. Now here he is, the King, Harley Race. And of course he had a pretty good performance in the Royal Rumble at the Super Show. Well, now it looks like he's going after Koloff, except a gutbuster from Hayes. Daniel Dino, what's up? How are you doing, my friend? Also another promoter here. Well, here is a debuting wrestler. Here is Magnum TA. And he goes right after Michael Hayes. And of course, anyone who has ever seen Mid-South Wrestling knows that Hayes and Magnum TA are not very good friends, to say the least. No, not Magnum PI. Magnum TA. Exactly. Well, now here's a familiar face. Oh, you did your stuff on Mixer. Yeah. And we have 007, James Bond. So it's not just limited to wrestlers. It's also... It also includes celebrities and movie stars, pop culture icons of that time. Tonight is my off night. Oh, yeah, that's right. I almost forgot to mention Daniel Dino. He does his stuff on Mixer.com. And, well, here is the hometown hero, being that we are in Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. And now the ring is starting to fill up because we have not had any eliminations thus far. And of course, Omar Wolf does his own promotion, showcasing the best that the United Kingdom has to offer as well. And, well, here's another television star, the host of Let's Make a Deal, the original host of Let's Make a Deal, Monty Hall. So Monty Hall is in this one. And he's going right after Hayes, who is still in the ring, as is Ivan Koloff. But no one has been eliminated yet. And number 8, another Memphis superstar, the Honky Tonk Man, Wayne Ferris. And he goes right after Magnum TA. So now the ring is full, and of course, as you all know, once you have 8 people in the ring at the same time, you can't have any more until someone gets eliminated. And no one has been eliminated yet. Which is a testament to the guys that came early in the match. And, wow! Monty Hall just got eliminated. I mean, he was number 7. And, well, out goes the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, who started in the match. And Jerry, well, no, wait, Jerry stayed in. But there you have it, the first 2 casualties in... wait, damn, my classmates hate each other so bad. Yeah, well, that's what will happen when, you know, they hate each other so bad, but... You know, that's probably the best way to summarize it. And a running bulldog on a James Bond by Magnum TA. Oh, and a huge punch right to Jerry Lawler. I mean, of course, P.S. Hayes and Lawler are also not the best of friends. It already happened. This is so... Wonderful. And I have a frog in my throat. And a suplex onto 007. And Magnum TA eliminating the Honky Tonk Man. But who's up next? Speaking of wonderful, I give you Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. And, well, he goes right after Harley Race, and out goes James Bond. And another big surprise is that Michael P.S. Hayes, the blonde, well, actually, the guy with the beard, he's still in the ring. He's still there. That's what you get for being TJ Toad. What? Well, wait, who just got eliminated? I didn't see. Oh, that was Harley Race who got eliminated. Never mind. And the final competitor is the man who makes every day in the neighborhood a beautiful day. And what's up, Noble Hayes? Oh, JT Price is saying that Melissa or Mario Girl will be a future champion. Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you, Daniel Dino. And whoa! Mr. Rogers already got eliminated. And by whom? The guy that started the match. Holy crap. And Icon Sniper Gamer, how are you doing? I've seen you quite a bit in, oh yeah, of course, we had to talk on Google Hangouts. It's nice to have you on the show. But I cannot believe that Michael Hayes is still in the ring, despite starting the match. And the hometown guy, Jerry the King Lawler, is still in there. And Magnum TA gets eliminated. Well, now we're down to 3. We're down to Michael Hayes, Jerry the King Lawler, and Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. I want to get in the local pro wrestling circuit in my area. My fiance is getting into it. Well, that is wonderful to hear. I remember you mentioning that on Rick XTN's stream on Twitch. And Michael Hayes, no relation to Noble Hayes, is still in the ring. And, well, there you have it, the final 3. Well, I'm happy that you're feeling good. But Michael Hayes and Mr. Wonderful, double gutbuster to the king, Jerry Lawler. But just as that happens, they go and turn on each other. An elbow right to the head of Mr. Wonderful. And I have to give credit where credit is due. Michael Hayes, no relation to Noble Hayes, is still in this match. He started as number 2, and he's still in there. Which is a testament of how great of an athlete he is. I mean, sometimes I may question the man's integrity. I never really questioned his ability in the ring. But now the King teeing off on Mr. Wonderful. Also 2 guys that don't like each other all that much. But a nice counter onto the King. And I'm not sure what P.S. Hayes was going to do, but he didn't get it done. This is cute. Aww. And a backbreaker onto Jerry the King Lawler. Elbow drop. Oh, now intercepted by Mr. Wonderful. Liz Isma, how are you doing today? Nice to have you on the show. Remember, folks, at stake is the television championship, the NWA television championship. Uh-oh. Nope, never mind. Everyone saying hello to each other. That's good. And nope. Nice counter by Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. But he's going right back to the king. Yeah, because, Melissa's a very good hostess. She always says hello to everybody, and she talks with people, and that just makes her, a great candidate. I figured after a while, I would put her on the show as a wrestler. Oh, nice kick by Jerry the King Lawler. But Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, doesn't have to take a backseat to anybody. In fact, I think, wait a minute, a pile driver, and both these guys, the King and Mr. Wonderful, both use the pile driver as their finisher. But P.S. Hayes, Michael Hayes, suplex onto Mr. Wonderful. I mean, once we got down to these three, I mean, it's been a very, very closely contested match because, I mean, they know that one mistake could end it for them. I mean, they reach the end. All they have to do is survive the rest of the way. Then a head dropper onto Mr. Wonderful. I still cannot believe that Michael Hayes is still in the match, especially when he started the match, really. And I almost forgot to mention that. Excuse me. I almost forgot to mention that Daniel Dino, also does a show, and it's on Mixer.com. If you want to get his Mixer, I guess you could just go to his channel and ask him, I guess. I don't know. You don't have to do it, but I think Melissa deserves to be a mod. I'll consider it. That much I will say. Yeah, Michael is still going. Yeah. I'm doing a show soon. Oh, you are? Yeah, you kind of need a Mixer application or go to Mixer.com on a computer to watch it. TJ, it's not confirmed, something you'll have to ask Ace and Kip about Michael PSAs if he's related to us. It could be a possibility he might be, but it's something you'll have to ask him. I don't know. I mean, I guess that could be a consideration. And out goes Mr. Wonderful. I was reading what Noble had to say, and just like that, his distant relative, so to speak, Michael PSAs, throws out Mr. Wonderful, and all he has to do is get past the hometown boy, the hometown hero, Jerry the King Lawler. New World Wrestling coming. Oh, that's the name of your league. Okay. Well, I'll have to make sure I subscribe to you pretty soon. But right now, Noble Hayes' distant cousin, so to speak, or his uncle or relative, eliminates Jerry the King Lawler, and Michael P.S. Hayes has pulled a Shawn Michaels. He started the match, and he wins, and he goes through all the competition, and he wins. So Michael Hayes goes the distance from start to finish, and he wins. I have to give that man all the credit in the world, because you don't go through 9 other guys and not have any ability or any heart, because that's what he has. I mean, sure, he may come off as crude sometimes, but he's doing what he has to. And he is the new television champion. Congratulations. But let's go to our next match. Big win for Michael Hayes. Well, up next, yeah, that was a great Rumble. And speaking of Rumbles, we have the Royal Rumble Super Show winner from the last show that we had. Well, it's official. He's going to WrestleMania to face whoever the NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world is going to be. So we already know that Typhoon is going to have a match at WrestleMania. And the only other match that's on WrestleMania that has been set is the match between Bob Barker and Mr. Rogers. They are going to have a match with each other. That's the only other match that is confirmed, aside from Typhoon being the challenger. But he has some unfinished business as far as Butch of the Bushwhackers is concerned. Here he is. And wait a minute. Well, there's Typhoon, and he cold-cocks Butch. I mean, of course, I knew that Butch and Typhoon haven't really gotten along. And Butch, of course, didn't like that very much. And now he's going right after Typhoon. And in fact, this match hasn't even started yet. In fact, I'm not sure what the official decision's going to be, if we'll even have a match. But, oh, and a power slam right on the concrete. How does that man sneak attack anybody? Well, you know what? I don't know how, but as for why, you know, Typhoon can do whatever he wants because, you know, he's near 400 pounds. I mean, are you going to tell him he can't do nothing? Because I wouldn't. Because he'll probably squish me in half if given half the chance. Oh, but wait a minute. The referee's going to allow the match to happen. Okay. Well, nonetheless, though, Typhoon, even though he was the one who attacked Butch to start the match, Butch turned it around, and now we'll have this match. And, oh, nice neck breaker onto Typhoon. That's a very good way to take him down. And Butch getting all fired up here. And then a headbutt to Typhoon. Now going for a stump puller. Submission onto Typhoon. Yeah, too strong. Just too strong at this point. But of course, Typhoon has stated before that he, in addition to, you know, winning the World Championship, he would love nothing else besides that than to destroy Butch. And welcome back, Chris Clark. We're still doing the show, but just like I said, after the show, or the universe mode, I should say, we'll make your character from scratch. Or at least the design and all that stuff. One, no. And Typhoon, uh-oh, going up to the second rope. Not sure what Typhoon has. Oh, nice shoulder tackle to Butch. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, Chris. So anyway, oh, nice takedown onto Typhoon. Then a punch right to the head. Oh, and Typhoon looks like he's going to do it again. Slams him again. I mean, how, like, you can't expect to You can't expect to get slammed like that and expect to win. It's just not going to happen. Then a knee right to the head. And Typhoon is calling for the end of it. Goes off the turnbuckle. Oh, avalanche! Violence is not the answer. Well, it depends, actually. But it's usually not. Happy face. Oh, but Butch fighting back a little bit. Couple of punches and then a choke. Actually raking the eyes. Actually, I didn't see that part until just then. And a running bulldog. One, two, no. Of course, it would just be a slap in the face if Typhoon was to lose, especially having won the Royal Rumble. I mean, when he came into that Royal Rumble match, he dominated. I mean, he took out everybody that was in the ring and showed no mercy. Oh, and a huge body splash. 1, 2, 3. Forget about it. Typhoon makes short work of Butch. In fact, you can feel the bang. I mean, just destroying Butch. I mean, Butch had a couple of good moves. There you saw that avalanche to Butch. And, well, Feck, it's great to see you. In fact, I was at Tyler Black's podcast in which I actually got to see what you looked like. And you look pretty cool. I'm going to be honest with you, Feck. Oh, but there's that big splash. I mean, when he hits you with that, I don't care how strong you are. If you get hit with that, you're done. TJ, can I say something about my brother's show? Wait, your brothers have a show? Well, tell me about it. Say it. But yeah, you do look good, Feck. I will say that. So Typhoon looks very strong against Butch. I mean, Butch did what he had to do to survive. But Butch, or excuse me, not Butch, Typhoon is on the road to WrestleMania. And he has to stay strong for the remainder of it. That was... Anyway. Well, up next, now, originally, I was going to do this show on Mother's Day, on Saturday, or Sunday, excuse me. But unfortunately, time ran out, and I was not able to do this on Sunday. And this was supposed to be in tribute to Mother's Day, but I never was able to get around to it. But nonetheless, though, the winner of this Battle Royal is going to be the #1 contender to the NWA Women's Championship held by the great Mae Young. Puppies time. Wow. I got to go to work tomorrow. Oh, you have to go. You got work tomorrow. Oh, well, that's not a problem. In fact, I wanted to do this show sooner, but I had to run errands earlier as well. But yeah, you get to see the ladies. I mean, from left to right, you have Betty White, Susie the Elf, a very good friend of mine. Bye-bye, Fecky. But anyway, you have Susie the Elf, or Elfie, or Elite Extreme Women. Then you have Zelda and GD Spike, what's up? Samus, Sensational Sherri, and Alundra Blaze. It's all good. Next show I'll be there. Well, that's good. I'm cool with that. So yeah. Peace. So now you have these 6 beautiful ladies. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, and I forgot to turn off the entrances for this one because, you know, it kind of takes a little bit too long. But you know what? What the hell? I'll just let it go. Shame on me. But anyway, let's see who's going to be the first to come in. Yeah, exactly. Sit back and enjoy. Well, up first, from The Legend of Zelda. Now, even though she's dressed up in her Breath of the Wild costume, she could just as easily blend in, you know, given the fact that, you know, ever since 1989, with the very first Zelda game, she was there. She was there, and plus, not to mention, elves don't age the way humans do. So she could just as easily be 100 years old in elf years and still would look that good. Anyway, let me see this. If you know what I mean. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Aces Hayes has a show coming out tonight at 2 a.m. called Skull Wrestling Alliance. Kip's show is called Sisters with Attitude. His show will be tonight or tomorrow. They are. Wow. Well, as that happens, well, first you have Zelda, and then you have Samus from Metroid. And yes, Metroid was out back then. I mean, it came out the same year that Zelda did. The original game, of course. And I don't know if anyone is old enough to have been there when Metroid first came out. Because, I mean, I was born 2 years later in '88, so I kind of missed it, but if anyone was there when it happened, by all means, just tell me. But there you see Samus in her suit. Just feast your eyes on this. Oh, I also have a show coming out. No time has been set. It's still in the works. It's a great chat. Ace, with your permission, has put some of you in his show. Oh, like me and JT Price? I don't know. Well, I mean, if there's anything else you need, just ask me, and we'll go from there. Well, we have Samus, and now we have Elfie, Susie the Elf, Elite Extreme Women, whatever you want to call her. Here she is. And yes, she was around in the 70s and 80s, because, you know, like I said, elves don't age the way humans do. So, I mean, she was a spring chicken, most especially back then. Oh, nice backflip. In fact, from what I understand, Elfie was... Actually, that's another story for another time. I'll have to tell you more about that. It's too long of a story to go through. But nonetheless, though, we go from the elf, spring, if you know what I mean. Really, JT? Really? Original recipe. Well, anyway, we have sensational Sherri. And I'll tell you one thing, Sherri Martel, probably one of my favorite managers, especially when she managed perhaps my favorite all-time tag team in Harlem Heat, my God, when she was, managing Harlem Heat, I was going nuts for that. The Elf is going to win. Yeah, Recipe, what do you think I was talking about? Wow. Well, nonetheless, though, we'll see if this girl has the recipe to go all the way. The Golden Girl, Betty White. I mean, she came off a loss against the champion and would love to get another opportunity at the championship, and that's what she said. Ooh! Wow. And, well, he has a very long name, but I'll just call you Gunshot. Anyway, how's it going, Gunshot? Oh, of course, I almost forgot to mention this young lady. Now, some people remember her as Medusa, but other people will know her as Alundra Blaze. Probably the greatest wrestler of the 1990s, especially when WWE was at its low point at the time. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm happy to do this, man. And man, she sets the place on fire. Not like that, but you know what I mean. But hey, I'm doing pretty good nonetheless, Gunshot. I appreciate it. Well, anyway, match underway, and we have Samus and Betty White. And Betty White, ooh, almost got eliminated there. But you have the elf, or the two elves actually, Susie the elf and Zelda going at it. Fire and desire. That's what she said. Okay, I'll stop. And it looks like the two pro wrestlers, Sherri and Blaze, are paired off. So you have the elves. Well, one elf eliminated the other, and it was Susie the elf who got eliminated. Although she has nothing really to be ashamed of losing to Zelda. I mean, you really can't fault Susie for losing to Zelda, sadly. Oh, but Zelda also eliminating Alundra Blaze. That's 2 in a row for Zelda. Alright, well now we have Samus going right after Susie the elf. And Betty White just celebrating. And Betty White now going after Sherri. And then, of course, you have the two best friends in Zelda and Samus going after each other. I mean, they realize it's nothing personal, but with an opportunity at the Women's Championship on the line, they'll do what they have to do in order to get that opportunity. And Samus, no wait, intercepted by Zelda. That could have been the end of Betty White, but not quite. Remember Ace and Kip, remember the first game with Zelda. They gave it to me, but I don't have anything to play it on. Well, I'm not sure what you mean. Like, did they give you the original cartridge? MG, that was funny. But in the meantime, Zelda trying to eliminate the Golden Girl, but not quite. A pump handle gutbuster to Sherri, sensational Sherri, and already celebrating is Samus, but of course we all know you can never celebrate too soon. Okay, I'm going to leave my name moves on Twitter after the show. Look at your tweeter. Well, not a problem, but if you stick around, I'll do the design of your character, Chris. And out goes Zelda at the hands of Sherri Martel. Well, now it looks like Betty White and Sherri gonna double team Samus. But just like that, Betty White goes right after Sherri. I mean, of course, Sherri and Betty White do have a history with one another. In fact, when Betty White was on top of the world as the women's champion, Sherri was just starting out. And of course, Sherri hasn't forgotten about the fact that, you know, when Betty was the champion, Sherri was one of the perennial challengers at the time. Let's see. Oh, well, thank you, Brother Noble. I'll talk to you on your comment section. Well, now it looks like I'm fighting at school. It may as well be. But at least you don't have to fight Betty White. And Betty White, what's she doing? The Betty White cutter. Betty White cutter onto Sherri. And Samus getting enough time to rest. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm impressed that Betty White is doing pretty well. Yeah, Betty is a savage. Oh, but you don't turn your back onto Samus, or anybody for that matter, and now she might make her pay for it. Oh, nice inverted DDT drop. Oh, wow. And Sherri celebrating, and then a clothesline onto Betty White. And wow, nice backflip onto Betty White. Yeah, if you want to include Chris Clark, go ahead and do it. Or who knows, maybe I'll make him and then you can download him off of me. Maybe. Or, well, actually, why am I saying maybe? I'll do it. But in the meantime, Sherri eliminates Betty White. I mean, Sherri said that she would get her payback on White. And she did, but now she has to get past Samus. I mean, some people said that Susie was going to win. Other people said that Zelda was going to win, and unfortunately, oh, you have to go. Well, not a problem, Melissa. I'll see you next time on the next show. When that is, I don't know. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that very much. Okay. And of course, Omar Wolf is going to do a show Wednesday, his local time. And on a wind-up punch onto Samus. Well, have a great night, Melissa. I appreciate that. And a huge punch right to Samus. And, I mean, Sherri's doing the right thing. She's trying to weaken Samus, but that could be... Well, for a moment there, I thought that was going to be it, though. Well, thank you very much, Noble. I appreciate that. And a nice German suplex, but for a moment, I thought Samus had that won. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Now just kicking the leg of Samus. I'll tell you one thing, Samus is really put together. I mean, if you look at her definition, like her back and her abs, and I mean, she's really, really strong. Like, you really don't know that until she goes Zero Suit, really. But yeah, depending on time zones, it's going to be standard. I don't know what GMT stands for, but it's standard British time that he's going to be doing his show. And Ash the Queen, what is up, And you know what, Ash? I have to say, like I said to PPF Gamer that you were going to win the tournament, and by God, you did. But I'm very, very happy that you won. I got a little choke up. I respect, and I think of all what you did and what you said for me to get over it. Well, out goes Sherri, and Samus is now the #1 contender to take on the NWA Women's Championship of the World. All right, let me see. And what I have to do, and what I have to get over to beat Brock Lesnar, I'm going to do it for this chat and for me. Oh yeah, that's right. You're going to fight Brock Lesnar on your show. I almost forgot. But you did win, Ash, and I'm so happy and proud of you that you won the tournament on PPF Gamer's show. Just as proud as I am of this girl right here, Samus. I mean, Samus... she's got the look, but will she put it together and become the next NWA Women's Champion? We'll find out, but for now, let's get to our next, well, not next match, but our next promo, and we have Betty White, who made it to the final 3. But she has requested some time to speak on the microphone, and I'll be interested to find out what Betty has to say. Alright, let's see. I have been told by Taz, Undertaker, and Booker T, and the Dudley Boys that they will train me. Aww. Also, I had quite a bit of fun on one of your last couple of streams, like not counting GTA, but I was watching your basketball stream, and I was also watching one of your shows, Smashdown. That's what it was called. So if you like this kind of stuff that I do, but from a woman's perspective, do check out Ash the Queen. And also, if you like basketball, like NBA 2K18, check out Ash the Queen. But now we find out what the Golden Girl has to say about this. Let's see. What does she have to say about this? Alright, what does she have to say? What a crowd it is tonight. Whoo! Love the city. You got a rock, you got a roll, and you got soul. Who's ready to party? I mean, very apropos. I mean, we are in Memphis, Tennessee. I can't understand why the hell anyone would want to speak poorly about me. And yet I stand before you tonight completely insulted and angry about some of the comments I heard were said in the back. As a superstar, I refuse to let that stand. I really hope Mae Young is listening to the back, because I'm inviting her to the ring so we can clear the air and get this resolved. Right here and in front of the WWE Universe. Yeah, the original cartridge, exactly. Okay. So she is bringing out Mae Young, who is the women's champion. But I'm not sure what is going on. Now, did Mae Young say something to Betty White that upset her? This is such a crowd here tonight. Shame they have to watch and listen to you. You're a sorry excuse for a superstar. You are single-handedly holding this division back. You're the reason I'm out here tonight, so these people can see what a real superstar looks like. Ooh. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to goad me into a fight. Come at me and make a name for yourself. I see you, girl. Okay, I know you're upset. I'm out here. Let me explain what happened. You see, I was watching you backstage. You were going on about something. It was so boring. I fell asleep and sleepwalked my way out to this ring. Wow, she's calling Betty White boring. Are you done? Can I talk now? I got things to say that people actually want to hear. Big things, important things, things that will blow your mind. You need to shut your mouth before digging yourself any deeper. You're crossing a line that there's no coming back from. So I highly suggest you give considerable thought on your next move. Ooh. If you think you're the baddest woman in the land, then why don't you bring that over here and prove it? Or are you really just a scared little pussycat? I know you like to think you're queen and that you're safe inside your little castle, but the truth is, you're in real danger now. Oh yeah, you've been asking for that for quite a while, but I don't have that planned today. But hey, if you stick around, maybe we'll have that. I don't need permission to kick your ass. We can have a match, or we can have a fight. Either way, I'm going to get my hands on you, and I'm going to make you sorry you ever thought you could mess with me. I'm going to do you a favor. I'm not only going to walk out of this ring, I'm going to let you walk out too. You don't have to thank me for it, but you need to appreciate the favor. I won't be as gracious next time. Well, I'll tell you what, Mae Young stood her ground against one of her would-be challengers in Betty White. So I got to give her credit where credit is due. And, well, I don't know why I did that, but anyway. Well, coming up next is yet another promotional interview. I mean, this is probably very promotional interview heavy that we've had in quite a while, but up next is the Hulkster, and we'll find out what Hulkamania has to say, what the Hulkster has to say to all the brothers. I could have worded that a lot better than that, but what can I say? But we'll see if Hulkamania is going to be running wild tonight. Now, I understand he asked for this time, and what could I say? Yeah, Well, the thing is, Motion has, he's asked me for a match between Chuck Norris and Roman Reigns. I don't have the match set on Universe Mode, but it's something I could consider doing. So, yeah. I haven't done that yet. Alright, let's do it. Let's go to the ring and see what Hulk Hogan has to say about this. I mean, another funny story is that when Hulk Hogan first started, he iFix Go DJ. Okay. Well, anyway, let's see what he has to say. WWE Universe, I'm out here because you deserve better. You deserve superstars who will fight for you, not for themselves. You deserve superstars who have honor, decency, and respect for this business. You deserve the best, and you're not getting it, so I'm out here to change that right now. Now, there's someone on the roster. I'm not sure what this guy's problem is. Maybe he thinks I'm some kind of pushover. Like I'll just roll over and run back to the locker room crying. This guy obviously doesn't know who he's messing with, but I'll be happy to show him anytime. If you haven't figured it out now, the person I've been talking about is Mr. Perfect. It's time to settle this one-on-one in the middle of this very ring. Whoa, wait a minute. Now, of course, Mr. Perfect and Hulk Hogan had a match at the Royal Rumble Super Show, and Mr. Perfect beat Hulk Hogan cleanly. Although, looking at Mr. Perfect, something tells me he's not in any mood to talk. But I guess he's out here. I mean, he was challenged. So we'll find out what Mr. Perfect has to say about this. Giving these sheep a reason to care is probably the most generous act I've committed in my far too few years on this planet. Excuse me. Had a little bit of gas there. Whatever you have to say, it doesn't really matter. The WWE Universe has made up their mind about who the best is. And newsflash, it ain't you. Ooh. Don't you ever get tired of saying the same thing over and over again? Spewing the same garbage time in and time out? You're like a broken record, stuck singing the same old song until everyone within earshot has grown tired of hearing you. Let's recap. You dressed yourself, put both boots on the right feet, found your way to the ring, and insulted me. Big day for you. Now what are you going to do? Because unless you plan on knocking me out cold, everything you said is going to cost you. I'm through playing your games. Are you going to give me a match? Or am I going to have to talk to management? Because I have the power to make things happen here. I don't blame you for wanting to step in the ring with a superstar of my prestige. You would lose, obviously, but just being in my proximity would raise your status. So let me know when you're ready for your beatdown, and I'll make you famous, brother! I tried to put that in there. They just go through the motions and take things for granted. I don't get it. If you don't want to fight or talk, why are you even here? What do you have to offer anyone? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Nice drop kick. But the Hulkster fighting back. Not today, buddy. Oh, and a huge punch. And the Hulkster just throwing around Mr. Perfect like he's nothing. And then just breaking the Hulk's arm. And another huge punch. And so far the Hulkster is just beating down Mr. Perfect. And then finally the referee gets involved. but it ends in a fight between these two, and I had a feeling that this was going to happen. So Hulk Hogan and Mr. Perfect have made it clear that they just absolutely hate each other. And that's the truth, brother. But anyway, we have yet another Battle Royal. Now, this time, the winner of this match will be the first to have a chance at the television championship on the next show, or at least the next show that they are scheduled to have. That is the superstars of the 70s and the 80s, that is. But anyway, for our contestants, we have Smash, Ricky Morton, Jerry the King Lawler pulling double duty tonight, Bret Hart, Sting, and Jake the Snake. So tell me, who do you think is going to win? Make your predictions right now. And Chris Clark says the King, Jerry Lawler. And again, I forgot to turn off the entrances. Well, what can I do? Well, anyway, speaking of the King, there he is. The King, Jerry Lawler. In fact, he was so close to winning the television championship, I'm pretty sure he would not have been in this match, but he was one man short, and it was against Hayes, who went the distance. And speaking of Hayes, his distant relative, Noble Hayes, says that Sting is going to be the one that wins. And I hate when that glitch happens there, but what can you do? Nonetheless, though, the King, in front of the Memphis crowd, and I know that Lance Russell has called many a match of the Kings for so many years. And who's up next? Bret the Hitman Hart. And of course you guys know that the King and the Hitman, especially in the later years, in the 90s, I mean, those two would have a tremendous feud with one another. I mean, if I had to pick somebody, it would be the Hitman, Bret Hart. I mean, the Hitman, if there's anything, I mean, of course, Bret Hart, I mean, he did pretty well in his match. Or, yeah, in his match against the British Bulldog, as well as the Royal Rumble at the last Super Show that we did. Well, here's one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. I mean, he drew, if I'm not mistaken, he drew number 29 in the Rumble. He had a really good draw, but he ran into Typhoon, and Typhoon just was too much for anybody, but most especially for Ricky Morton. But we'll see if he can win this match. And there he is. Short showtime indeed. Sting. And I mean, there you see his platinum blonde hair. I got to say, Sting, even as early as 1988, he was a man. Sting was a man. I mean, as far as Sting is concerned, I mean, the match that he had with Ric Flair at the very first Clash of the Champions, that match was the match that made Sting a superstar. And he's not looked back ever since. I mean, Noble Hayes has taken to Sting. It's funny. What was funny? Well, of course, there's nothing funny about this guy right here. One half of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. I give you Smash of Demolition. When you say the man, it's funny to me. Oh, okay. I don't know what's funny about that, but not a problem. Sting versus Flair. My brother told me to watch that match, and I did. It was a 12-star match. Well, I mean, I knew that the match was good, but it is a legendary match, so to speak. It kind of doesn't feel like a 45-minute match. But nonetheless, though, now you have Jake the Snake Roberts, and I'll tell you one thing. Here's a guy that uses his so to speak, the mind games. He uses his mind. I mean, in addition to Damien and the DDT, the most dangerous thing about Jake the Snake is his mind. And it's really sad that Jake the Snake only had one match with Sting, but it happened to have been the worst match that they had. And it was a coal miner's glove match, which was probably the worst match that you could have. I mean, I remember, like, the hype as far as Jake the Snake was concerned. But anyway, match underway, and it looks like Sting and Smash are going to go at each other. The Hitman and the Snake. And finally, the King and, well, now switched off for a moment. And it looks like Ricky Morton and Smash are going to go at each other, the two tag team specialists. And the King now going to try to get rid of Sting. And Sting, nah, it's too soon to go after Sting. And Jake the Snake eliminates the Hitman. So Bret Hart is the first victim, and it came at the benefit of the Snake. And now the King and Sting continue where they left off. Oh yeah, of course, especially between Rick Martel and Jake the Snake. My God, the blindfold match at WrestleMania 7 that they had was really good. And and a huge punch right to Smash, and an elbow on the Smash. And it looks like Ricky Morton and Sting gonna double team and eliminate Jake the Snake Roberts. And Ricky Morton now attacked by the King, Jerry Lawler. And now the King going right after Smash. And Smash going to try to eliminate the King. I mean, this is the King's second match. I mean, what a huge win it would be for the King if he was to win in front of a large audience. And then Sting just waiting for Ricky Morton to get up. And Jerry the King Lawler gets thrown out and kneed right to the back by Smash. And the King has been eliminated and has been dethroned. And Smash is giving Sting the ride, going round and round. But now, well, caught by Ricky Morton and eliminated was Smash at the hands of Morton. Well, now we're down to Sting and Morton. Goes off the ropes. Nope. A super arm drag. And Ricky Morton going on the treadmill. Oh, but Sting caught him. Nice dragon screw. And Sting getting pumped up. But Ricky Morton was lying in wait. Then a knee right to the head of Sting. And a power bomb from Sting. But Morton, undeterred, stays on Sting. And Sting with a nice counter. And one right back to Sting. Then a Russian leg sweep. Then an elbow drop. And Morton has Sting in trouble. Then a DDT onto Sting. I mean, Sting is in a bit of trouble here. And a spinning punch onto Sting. I mean, Sting has to do something, otherwise this could be over. And a nice counter that was. Can't stay long, have work to do. Just came in to say hi, Noble. I got your text message. Tell the nurse thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Kip. But in the meantime, Sting in a bit of trouble. And Sting gets right back inside the ring. An inverted atomic drop onto Ricky Morton. Then a back elbow. Yeah, CJ did a great show. All right, go Sting, says Kip. Well, Sting is just one man away from winning this match, and a tombstone pile driver. And Sting going for the woo. But I give Ricky Morton a lot of credit. He's staying in there. Yeah, I had a feeling that's what it was. And Ricky Morton running on the treadmill. Nice counter by Sting. And a big punch right to Ricky Morton. Then a stop right to the gut. I mean, once it got down to these two, it's been very hotly contested. Sorry, okay. Not sure what to say about that. Then a knee right to the head of Morton, and Morton is just taking it is just taking it from Sting, I should say. Excuse me. And he gives it right back. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Even though it's a battle royal, I mean, these guys don't want to make a mistake or get eliminated. But someone had to get eliminated, and it was Sting. So the winner of this match... Excuse me? You don't just come and ask for a shout out, especially when I have never met you before. I would suggest saying hello to people, saying hello to me, you know, things like that, but don't ask for a shout out right off the hop. I'm sorry. You don't do that. Anyway, welcome back, Gunshot. You didn't really miss much, but you are just in time for the main event. Now, the last time that these two men got together, Dusty Rhodes was the champion, and Bruno would go on to win the championship. Well, now the rules are exactly reversed. Dusty Rhodes is the challenger, and Bruno is the champion. Who will win the rematch? Who will leave the NWA World Heavyweight Champion? The match sells itself. Place your bets. Who do you think is going to win right now? So, yeah, that was... You have to the person known as Sorry Everyone, yeah, you better be sorry, because you don't, like I said, you don't just come out here and say you want a shout out. I mean, you have to say hello. I mean, say hello, you know, to the host, say hello to the people in here, you know, be very nice and all that stuff, but just don't do that. I mean, it's just bad taste and bad manners, man. That's all I have to say about that. So Chris Clark going for Dusty Rhodes. But Ricky Morton was the guy that won the opportunity to face off against Michael P.S. Hayes. Not Ricky Martin, Ricky Morton. Who was my favorite wrestler? Oh, that's a tough one. Because, I mean, I could say The Rock, I could say Stone Cold, but I have to say the Macho Man. I have to say that. And, of course, the disgruntled popsicle. Frozen Rage. Raging Chaos Wrestling. What's up? And, of course, the only reason I let him say that is because, you know, I've met him before. Yeah, never met you. I would have put you on timeout, but since since that's what you do, then, you know, at least you're consistent. I will give you that. But anyway, you're just in time for the main event. And right now we have the Polka Dot Man, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And I'm pretty sure he would love nothing better than to become the NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world once again. Says his favorite wrestler is Kenny Omega. And Noble Hayes says Dusty Rhodes, but he's going with Bruno the Legend. I don't blame you one bit, because here you have Bruno, and my God, I mean, you know, my dad, he was a kid, or a teenager. He was first he was a kid, he was a teenager later on, and he remembers how big Bruno was. I mean, in his prime, Bruno was 315 pounds of muscle. I mean, he was huge. And naturally, too. Oh, and all the jobbers. Oh, yeah, yeah. But there it is. That's what it's for. The NWA Champion of the World. Well, introducing first, the challenger. All right. Supporters of Crazy Gamer? What? Well, anyway, hello. Nice to meet you. Well, first, the challenger, Dusty Rhodes. And his opponent, the reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion, Bruno Sammartino. He is a custom superstar that someone made on Community Creations, and I have to admit, this Bruno Sammartino that somebody made looks real good. Like, real good. I'm surprised that, you know, they made him look exactly like the guy that he was designed to look as. And, well, now that is awesome to see. They respect each other. That's amazing. All right, well, match underway. All right, I'll forgive you, sorry everyone, but you know, just don't do that again. So, if you don't do that again, we're cool. So I'm just saying we're cool, but you know, just don't do that again. So I forgive you. All right, let's go back to the match, and a couple of elbows repeatedly onto Bruno Sammartino, and then one right off of a whip. And a couple of jabs. And another elbow, and right now, Dusty is taking the fight right to Bruno Sammartino. You know, I used to watch it a lot, but that was back when I had nothing better to do. But hey, I mean, if that's what you do, then I might have to check you out then, Gunshot. But yeah, I used to watch a lot of that when I was younger. Whoa, nice flying clothesline from off the top rope. I'm surprised Bruno was able to fly. And a couple of punches. Thanks for forgiving me. Okay. Not a problem. And wait a minute. Watch Indiana Championship Wrestling. And wait a minute. Now in the torture rack is Dusty Rhodes. This is what Bruno did to Dusty to win the championship, but he didn't get him to tap out. Well, I mean, if that's what you say, Rage, that's just your opinion. But a nice takedown onto Dusty Rhodes. And then just punched off the apron. And Bruno. Nope, never mind. It's Carman live. What? Well, okay. I love you too. And a back body drop onto Bruno, and of course we can't see with the light in the way. Now both these guys are at the count of 6. He'll talk about wrestling at his school. Although, right about now, Dusty is at the count of 9. If he doesn't get back, it's over. And it is. Bruno Sammartino wins the match by countout. Very unconventional, but nonetheless, though, the winner of the match and still the NWA champion, Bruno Sammartino. Not to be rude, Raging, but don't talk to me. You just said backyard wrestling. And I do backyard wrestling. I've been doing it since 2014. I mean, yeah, so Rage, just respect the fact that that's what he does. I will say that. But nonetheless, though, Bruno remains as the champion. And now he has to focus on holding on to the title until WrestleMania. But that's the end of the show, and now we get to the moment that Chris Clark has waited for, and that is the Creation Suite. I usually don't do these type of things, but I'm just gonna rest my voice a little bit, so if I sound sensual, it's just I'm just going into Bob Ross mode, so to speak. So yeah. And you say you're a professional wrestler, a retired one. So who said you were a wrestler? I never knew. I mean, I guess you must have had a name or something. I don't know if you were a wrestler, but if you were, I would love to see, like, live footage of you wrestling. And of course, you know I am only fooling Frozen, but anyway. Alright, so we're just going to create the look of Chris Clark. Because everything else I can figure out, but I'm pretty sure he might ask for certain kind of moves and things like that. But we're going to do the look first. So, Chris, are you still here? I'm working on it, TJ. I've been trying to get an old promoter to get me some of my old matches. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so Chris. No, I had a feeling you weren't trying to be, because I could tell if someone was trying to be rude, so no offense taken from me. All right, well, have a great night, my friend. Okay, so Chris, how tall are you, and how much do you weigh, or how tall and how much weight do you want to be? I guess that's the better question. Or at least how tall was your character that Tyler Black has? And weight as well. So I'm just going to wait for Chris to say what he has to say. Okay. He is 5'4" and 216 pounds. That's interesting. Oh, no, wait. I have to do the face first. What am I doing? Well, let me do the weight and stuff first. Hang on a second. But he's... Oh, no, wait. I can't go any lower than... Okay, well, then you'll be 5'6" then. That's the lowest I can go. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see. Alright, so now we're going to do your face. Let's see. Oh. Oh, the default face? Okay, I'll leave it alone then. I think it's easier when I just leave it like that. Okay. All right, so let me go to the body. Now, are you perfect as you are, or are you a bit like no, I don't want to say fat, but plump, or are you a bit more skinnier, or are you just perfect as you are? Let me just zoom out so you can see. But yeah, this adjusts whether you're going to be fat or skinny. Oh, buff. Okay. Let me do something a little bit. Let's see. Okay, about there is fine. Okay. I've been hitting up the gym trying to get stronger. Hey, I hope you do get stronger. Maybe even get 24-inch pythons and maybe even get some ladies, if you know what I mean. Nah, just kidding. I kid. I kid. But who know? But I hope you do get stronger, though. Let's see. Well, that looks good, but let me see if I can make it look better. I'm just adjusting your neck. Okay, that looks good. I'll take that one. Alright. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Oh, yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm just going with your suggestion of buff. So, I'm trying to get you to look buff as hell. Okay, that looks good. I'll take that. Oh, yeah, that looks great. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. Okay. Alright, so Chris, I hope you like the new improvements that I made to your character. So just let me know. You do? Okay, cool. Now, as for skin color, is he perfect as he is, or does he need to be a bit more darker as if he's getting a tan or something like that. Because I don't remember what you look like as far as skin tone is concerned. Oh, good. Okay. $1,000? What? Of course, I didn't approve of the thing, but yeah, $1,000 for pizza? Really? All right. All right. So now we get to the next part, and that is making the attire. But let's see. First and foremost, let's see. I guess we'll do the hair, or the head, I should say. Chris, do you have any hair? And if you do, what kind of cut are we looking for? Okay, black hair, but like, what kind of cut though? Like a short cut, like something slick back, or do you want his hair to be long? Things like that. All right, so you have black hair. That's a first step. Oh, there we go. I'm just going through these slowly, so if you see something you like, you can point it out. Oh, which one? Which one? Like, I didn't go too fast. I want to make sure that you can tell me which cut you wanted. Is it on the top row? And if so, which one? 10? 10. Uh, what do you mean? Like, was it on the top row? Oh, the last one on two row. Oh, the last one on the second row. Is that what you meant to say? That one? Okay. Okay, and you said black hair. So there you are. Black hair. Okay. Although I don't think you use hair dye for something. I know that I use hair dye for some characters, but I don't think yours is one. Let's see. I highly doubt you have a certain eye color, but if you do, let me know. And then, of course, after that, you have facial hair. If you have any. I don't know if you do, or if you want any. Oh, brown eyes? Okay. Let's see. Brown eyes. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, let me do the other eye. Okay, that looks good. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now, uh, do you have do you have any facial hair, or do you just want to leave it as it is? How's it going? Sorry, everyone. Welcome back. Oh, you don't have any hair. Okay, I'll leave it alone then. Let's see, eyebrows. I live in Sacramento, California. Let's see, no, you don't use eye makeup or scars or you don't use face paint, do you, Chris Clark? Or anything else that I just passed up? But yeah, I live in Sacktown, Sacramento, California. No, you don't. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's right. I keep forgetting. It's Daniel Dino who has that. Oh yeah. Oh, Orlando. Orlando is a very good place to go for vacation. I had a great time. Let's see. Where am I? Are you talking to me or? Well, I mean, I said I'm from Sacramento, California. Let's see. Upper body. Let's see. You don't have any what is it? Body hair or tattoos or something like that, do you, Chris? I'm just wondering. Let's see. Remove his pants. But he doesn't have any tattoos or. Okay, that's perfect. That's fine. Same thing for your. Same thing with your legs. You don't have any tattoos on your legs or body hair, do you, Chris? But my God, sorry everyone. What the heck, man? No? Okay. Just might make sure. Okay, so we go to that. So now we have clothing. I'm going to start from the bottom up. I think that's easier that way. So let's start with, do you wear trunks, wrestling tights, or bottoms, so to speak? So yeah, you have trunks, which is, like your underwear, or not your underwear, but rather kind of like what Stone Cold wears, or wrestling tights or bottoms. I'll just leave it at bottoms. Okay. Well, let's find one. Is there a certain design that you're looking for as far as bottoms are concerned? Like, are you looking for baggy jeans or a certain design? But for now, I'll just scroll through these just slowly. Oh, the one I have right now? That one. You're not talking about this one, right? Yes? Okay. Alright, well, what color should they be? Blue. Okay. Let's see. There's light blue or dark blue. Well, I mean, you said blue, so I guess I'll go with this one. Hope that's the correct shade of blue. But yeah, And for those of you just joining us, I'm doing a creation suite for my good friend Chris Clark. Let's see. That looks good. Huh. You know what? Let's do something else. Like, we'll keep the bottoms, but I wonder if we can add trunk designs to it. Let's see. Oh, no, wait. You can't do that. Never mind. Okay, let me see. Just want to add a little something to it. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not sure who Chutia. I don't even know how to pronounce the name. Let's see. I'm just trying to find an image that would suit you. Nope. Okay, never mind. Oh, I got something. I got something here. Okay. I got something for you. Hello. There you go. There's your initials. So I wanted to make your initials, somewhere, so it just stands out a little bit. Hopefully you like that, Mr. Clark. Just wanted to add a little something to that, if that's all right. That looks good. All right, cool. All right, so let's see. I don't even know how to pronounce your name, to be honest with you. Not being mean, but yeah. What? You can put a bunny's tail, or oh wow! I never even knew this before. This is kind of new to me. Wow, you can put a tail on your character. What the heck? Sidn't. But that's so cool. I never knew you could put a tail on somebody. Or you can put a little devil's tail. Let's see. Okay, that looks cool. Oh yeah, that looks good. There we go. Just wanted to add a little belt to you. Alright, so now let's get some shoes for you. Are there any particular designs of shoes that you're looking for? Like, just trying to move the camera. Well, this is Chris Clark's character, but that's not a bad suggestion though. Just showing them the shoes that he could wear. The last one on row 1. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you want to stick with the color or do you want to change it? I mean, that's a good choice either way, but that looks good. All right, cool. All right, so that's the bottom. And then there's and then of course there's your upper body. Now, I'm not sure if you wish to put any tops on or if you just want to keep them like that without a top. Like you could put a top on, you could put a jacket or elbow pads or anything on his arms if you want. Leave him like that. Ooh, going El Natural. All right. All right. Let me just add one thing. A wristband on his left arm. And I think everything else looks good. Okay. Like, there's extra stuff like headgear. I don't know if you want that. But, I mean, if there's anything that I could put on his head to hats, masks, or glasses, or even piercings. Dude, this is not... I was talking to Chris, not to... Alright, glasses it is. What kind of glasses, though? Like swag glasses, prescription, sunglasses. Just scrolling through some of these. Oh, which one? Which one? That one? Okay. And welcome back, Daniel Dino. What are you talking about? Are you just there to troll me? Sidn't? Anyway. Well, actually, I could probably put that on your entrance attire because, I mean, you wouldn't want to wrestle with your glasses on. No, bro? Okay, cool. Good. I thought so, Sidn't. So, yeah, but I'm just going to say this, Sidn't. Just... What do you mean I was your best friend? Wait, unless you were under a different name then maybe. Go away. Well, I wouldn't be too rash, Chris, but but no, Sitten, are you really? Was I really your best friend? Because I don't remember. You must have. You must have been under a different name, so I probably may not remember. Why? Well, yeah, just be good. Just be good. We're cool. All right, I forgive you. All right, so right now that is your ring attire. Let me do something really quick. And then let me add the sunglasses for your entrance. That one. There it is. That looks good. Oh, that's what. Oh, you were just suggesting stuff. Oh, I wasn't sure what you were doing, but well, if that's the case, I'm sorry if I mistook your if I mistook you like that. That's on me. That's on me. Yeah, but that was on Xbox. I don't have Xbox, but I mean, of course, each person looks different from promotion to promotion. But that's fine. But no, not a problem. You're cool. You're good with me. Okay. All right. Well, the hard part's done. Yeah. If you have Xbox One, you can talk to Daniel Dino, and if you want him to add you, or if you want to add him, and you have an Xbox One, that's what he has. I am what, me or Daniel or Chris? Like me? Well, anyway, and of course, no question, your name is Chris Clark. Okay, 32. I'm 30. Oh, wow. 30, 31, and 32. So we're relatively within each other. And 14. Oh, well, never mind. I'm very sorry. Okay. So we have Chris Clark. Well, nice to meet you, Sident. Or if there's a better way to pronounce your name, you can tell me. Chris. I was your little bro like that. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, Clark. There it is. Chris Clark. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh. Let's see. I guess I can make you a bad guy, since technically you would be joining a bad guy stable. Oh, yes. Oh. Okay. There we go. Just doing the personality traits and stuff like that. Okay, so now, Chris, what is your hometown? Hmm. Well, I might have to do that next time because, well, that is after I finish with Chris Clark because, well, it is kind of getting late where I live. But I could do that. All right, so Chris, where do you live? Oh, Barnwell, South Carolina. Okay. Uh, well, they don't have Barnwell, so I guess I'll just go with South Carolina then. Just gonna pick random ones. That's fine. There we go. And let's see, skills. I'll have to deal with the skills, attributes, and abilities at a later time. Because, again, I am kind of strapped for time. But, you know what, Sid? I will do you a favor. I will do a Roman Reigns match. And then we'll close off the show. Alright, so let me find a good... Ooh, actually, that looks pretty good. Right off the hop. That so looks like you. You are from India. Well, nice to see you. Or nice to meet someone from India. It's an honor, really. All right, but no, seriously, Chris, that looks so like you, man. What do you think of the pose? Before I go any further. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you have Mixer.com, his Mixer name is Dynamite 1985. Yeah, that definitely looks like you, Chris. Wow, that looks pretty good. And I'll have to like do the entrance and the victory, the custom victory pose, and what else? And the moves. Uh, I'll have to do all that stuff at another time because, again, I am strapped for time. But I can do a Roman Reigns match just for the heck of it. So we'll do that. Alright, so yeah, well, it's going to be a work in process, but nonetheless, though. South Carolina. Yes, that's where Chris is from. Okay. So, you know what? Let me do this. Let me go to, Alright, let me do this. It's called a hardcore match. A Roman Reigns match. Oh, wait, wrong one. Roman Reigns against a very worthy opponent. Someone who wanted to see this. And it's not going to be Chris Clark because, again, he's not finished. But it will be Chuck Norris. That's right, Chuck Norris. Oh, you want AJ Styles instead? Okay. Good thing you stopped me. Oh, sorry. AJ Styles. Let me pick a good arena. And if I remember correctly, they took each other on. They fought at Fastlane. Oh, Raw? Okay. That looks good. Okay, we'll go with that. So basically a hardcore match. Think of it as no holds barred, but falls count anywhere. That's the rules of the match. So with that said, this is our final match of the night. So here we go. So yeah, for Chris Clark's character, his character is still a work in progress. It's funny, TJ Toad, I gave Zack Ryder the World Championship as his birthday gift. I wouldn't have done that, but you know what? It's your show. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of having your own show, is that you can do whatever you want. That's what I like about that. And Chris, I hope you enjoyed the creation stream, and you can also tell me what kind of moves that your character should have, like in terms of your moveset, things like that. All right, now introducing first Sitten's favorite wrestler, if I'm even pronouncing his name right. But this guy is the big dog, Roman Reigns. And you can believe that. That's right. So Roman Reigns, I think the last time I had one... Hey, how's it going, Narazo? What's up? An idea? And of course this crowd is giving a mixed reaction to this guy, as is typical. Might put all my wrestlers in a hat. Okay. And then draw 2. Just woke up, preparing for training at the gym. Awesome. Excuse me. Oh, you want Randy Orton's moves? Okay. Then the two will fight Zack Ryder. Not a problem. Volume up, little one. Oh, Narazo, you silly goose. Well, there you have Roman Reigns, but then you have the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And I got to tell you, AJ Styles is, without a doubt, one of the greatest, if not among the great WWE champions of all time. And that's not taking it... I don't say that very lightly because, well, for one thing, he beat 5 guys. He beat... He beat Dolph Ziggler. He beat Sami Zayn. He's beaten Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, and John Cena. All in a match where it was a 6-way match, and he still won the match and retained the title. And he also retained it at WrestleMania. So for him to do that, it just makes him a great champion, in a nice belly-to-belly suplex from Roman Reigns. Match underway, and here we go. I mean, this is just like a real wrestling match. But this match is our final match of the night. And a stomp right to the gut. I mean, this could easily be a main event match. And for all intents and purposes, it is. Nice drop kick onto Roman Reigns. I mean, he's doing what he has to do to Roman Reigns, and nope, fights out of it. but a very good counter by AJ Styles. But another counter and a Samoan drop onto AJ Styles. Then a kick right to the back. And another one. And going right after the arm is Roman Reigns. Now whipped into the corner. Gunshot was a Money in the Bank winner. Awesome. And Styles going to the outside and going into the crowd. Wonder what the deal is. Uh-oh. Well, now both guys are fighting on the outside into the crowd. And I'm surprised that, you know, AJ Styles just went out and goaded him. Now both men are fighting. And they are in the aisle. Now, of course, this match is Falls Count Anywhere. And a couple of repeated headbutts. And AJ, nope, fought back by Roman Reigns. In fact, they're going back and forth. I mean, look at all this get back and forth here. This is incredible. Well, hey, I try to be. Oh, rammed into the wall was Roman Reigns, but they are just going back and forth with punches and kicks. Up, rammed into the barricade was Styles. Give him a Samoan drop. But Roman Reigns fighting back though. I'm using Uso Dad moveset. What? And Roman Reigns looks like they're fighting towards this corner of the arena. I'm just used. You're copying Rikishi. Well, now they're back on the aisle again. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Even though AJ Styles is small in stature, there's nothing small about the type of guy that he is, especially in real life. Like, or rather outside of the ring. Uh-oh, now they are in the corner of the ring, and whoa, the spear from out of nowhere. Ref! 1, 2. Oh, almost got the 3. The referee was out of position, but that could have been it. But wait a minute, Roman setting up for something. Another spear. No, wait. Countered by AJ Styles. And AJ went for I'm not sure what he went for, but he missed. But AJ Styles, not to be denied. Yeah, you have one job, ref, and you couldn't even do that. But it looks like they're fighting their way back to the ring. And Roman just going crazy with those punches. And AJ Styles ends up right back into ringside. And wait a minute. Roman Reigns going for and a powerbomb on AJ Styles, and that could do it. But AJ Styles gets back up and wait, another powerbomb. But Roman's not done with him yet. And a spear once again to AJ Styles, and 1, 2. No! I honestly thought that was it. But AJ showing us why he is, at least in real life, the WWE champion. And another spear and another pinfall. 1, 2. Are you serious? Wow. Wonder what would happen if AJ Styles did beat Roman Reigns at that pay-per-view to become the WWE champion. I don't know. An elbow drop. He hasn't tried the Superman punch yet, but he could. But he is going to try... Uh-oh. Another powerbomb. But Roman Reigns again going for it. That's 4 spears in a row. 1, 2, 3. And it took 4 spears to AJ Styles to beat him. Well, there you saw one of the first of many spears that he tried to go for, and that could have been it, but the referee was out of position at that point. There you see another one. And another one. And Blaze Radio, what's up? Nice to have you on the show, even though unfortunately you just came at the time that I'm about to stop, but it's great to have you nonetheless, Blaze, and I hope your show went well, first and foremost. I asked if I could go on because I wanted to do a show, and also do kind of a creation suite, which is another reason I did it, but yeah. Well, maybe if he had more than 3 moves, we wouldn't have to see so many damn spears. Wow. Oh, well, thank you so much, Blaze. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I had to, quote-unquote, step on your feet, but, well, what can I say? And for Sident, it's 8 a.m. in India, but unfortunately it's time for me to go. But I thank Blaze and I thank Adam who just came in here. Well, I mean, I have size 12 feet, but but I wasn't trying to think literal, my friend. But anyway, I had a good show, and I'm happy that you had a great show yourself. That's another person I want you guys to check out, and that is Blazed Radio. This is another guy I want, especially like Sident and Chris Clark. If you guys want more action from a guy that is just, he's very entertaining to listen to. as well as he has a sidekick known as Rex, and he does these great shows. Like, in fact, he's one of the guys that inspired me to do this. So if anything, do check out Blazed Radio. Check out Daniel Dino at Dynamite 1985 on Mixer. Then there's who else? Rex demoted to sidekick status. Well, that's exactly what he is. He's more of a sidekick. Though I would be more willing to, I guess you could say, kick him in the side, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry, man. But you know, you made me blush earlier, so what can I say? But also big thanks to Omar Wolf, who was here earlier. Another person to check out. But with that said, this is the Blue Toad, TJ Toad, Boss Toad, which is what Maverick calls me. But nonetheless, peace, my friends. And I will just say one last thing, and that is, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, but also be yourself, because that's all you need to be. Until next time, this is the Blue Toad signing off. Peace.